Here's the story of how I ended up in the emergency room with a burst ovarian cyst. The reason I'm sharing is because I almost received the wrong diagnosis, and this is a lot more common than you think, but I had no idea what it was or what was happening to me. I was with my partner when I felt really sharp pain come on really fast in my pelvic region, to the point of being the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. Just excruciating. 45 minutes of screaming, crying, hyperventilating. When we finally went to the emergency room and I was reviewed by a doctor, she pretty much made up her mind instantly that this was a UTI. She gave me antibiotics, she wrote me up a discharge letter, and she gave me a referral to get an ultrasound at a later date. So I was kind of getting the feeling that this wasn't quite right and they were off on the wrong foot. I texted my mum, who is actually a doctor and who worked at the hospital, which I didn't realize at the time, but she was on her way to begin her shift. And she came in, she put a hand on my belly and said, "Something is seriously wrong and you need an ultrasound now. I don't think it's a UTI." Because my stomach was completely inflated, full of something. This was really strange. So when I finally did get the ultrasound, the nurse said to me, "I can't believe they were going to send you home. You have really done a number on yourself and you have about 100 mils of blood and fluid pushing against your organs. You might need surgery." So the gynecologist confirmed that and told me I would need to stay the night at hospital just to be sure, in case I needed to go into theatre first thing in the morning, which was a completely different change of tone compared to almost being sent home with a UTI. And you know, it's not the doctor's fault for giving the wrong diagnosis, but if the resources were given in terms of an ultrasound, I would have known what I had and wouldn't have been sent on my way with the wrong information. So I'm really lucky that I had my mum there to actually make that happen, because I don't think I would have had the power to do that on my own. And yeah, this happened 2 weeks ago. I was still inflated and my stomach will be swollen for a while, but the pain has really settled down and I've recovered quite well, even though it could be about 3 months of swelling. So if you experience anything like this, that could be why.
You see, yeah, I can understand where this woman's coming from, because with the NHS, especially now, you know, there's so much demand for it that I think, you know, obviously not everybody can make the right judgments 100% of the time, and occasionally things slip through, but when you're that quick to make a diagnosis of it being a UTI, urinary tract infection, you know, without any proper consideration taking time into, you know, ruling out any other possible scenarios, then, you know, it leaves people vulnerable and worried. And, you know, like this woman saying, you know, she could feel that something was wrong, and she was speculating that it probably wasn't a UTI, which thankfully, you know, her senses were right. And, you know, she's also got to be thankful that her mum's there as well, that she's a qualified doctor, if you like, and, you know, she's gonna care for her and make sure, you know, she gets the right treatment. So straight away she, you know, send her for an ultrasound, which is, you know, works out well, I guess. What started this though? How did this actually happen? Like, did it just happen out of the blue when she was with her partner and she just experienced this sudden burst of pain for 45 minutes? Like, you know, how does that come about? And, you know, it's a good job that her mum was there to spot and send it for the ultrasound, because it's a good job they caught it, because otherwise this woman potentially could have been in a bit of pain and a bit more trouble than what she probably would have liked to have been. So, you know, well done to her mum, I guess.